Hello guys, and welcome to another video. Today we're doing something a little different, and we're going to be looking at a few CPUs that have come in. Part of our service is to fix the pins on Ryzen CPUs. We've got 3 queued up for today, so we're actually going to fix these under camera, and everyone can take a look what we do. Okay, so on our table at the moment, we've got a Ryzen 5 5600X, and we'll look at the bottom now and see what damage we're looking at. Okay, so you can see one bent pin on this one. I just want to point out it's very difficult to tell what's there and what's not, so I'm going to do this by eye. And we have a missing pin as well. Right, so I can see the missing pin now. Our missing pin is this one. Right here. And we need to align all the others before we do anything with that. We can't see anything else wrong with this, so we'll replace that one pin and come back and give it a clean. It's covered in thermal paste. So let's just gather some tools. My trustworthy reballing stencil for this. And just a pair of tweezers. Okay. Might not be the best video because probably most of this won't be visible. I'm not going to be able to give you the view that I need to look at because these are very small pins. I think that will do for now. Just putting a drop of flux on the pad. And then we're going to use a combination of our soldering iron and our hot air station. Right, so that now drops in without any pressure or force. So we're done with that. Ready for testing. Here's our next one, which we just opened up. And typical, it's upside down in the case. People don't know which way to put these in. So this is guaranteed to bend the outer corners because it actually is directional. You have one deep side and one shallow side. So anyway, let's figure that out. Oh, and this one's a mess. They've sent a lovely mess of thermal paste. And it's just everywhere. Absolute mess. All over the pins. So I'm going to have to clean this before I do anything else. 2 minutes to clean it. There was no need to package it like that. It's now all over the cover and everything. Probably unnecessary, but this is the world we live in. Okay, that's clean enough. And here's our damaged area. Can't see any missing pins on this. So this is just an alignment. And sadly, all the corner pins will now be bent in, as you can see by this one and this one. This one and this one. And this one and this one. And the damaged corner. And this is because you're going to put it in the case upside down. So we now have an extra few pins to align. Okay, checking the alignment. And we're good. That dropped in without any force at all. Perfect. Okay, let's give that a wipe. Second one is done. And we're now going to be looking at a Ryzen 9 5950X. And straight off the bat, I can see two missing pins. So we're missing this one on the corner and this one on this corner here. To be completely honest, I'm pretty sure the CPU would have worked without those pins. I'm pretty sure those are ground pins. Not confident without consulting a pinout. Okay, so that's now dropping on, no pressure. That is just sitting by itself. As you can see. And it's on. Okay, so that one's done as well. And that one's nice and clean. Again, ready for testing. So we'll plug all these in now and test all three. We do a simple boot test just to make sure they're working, and we'll leave it there. All right, so here's our little dusty test board ready for testing. So we're going to go with the first one, the 5950. And that just drops in perfectly good. And we're just going to place the cooler on top for a little boot test. It's normally enough. On my board, every time you plug in a CPU, it might be for all AM4 boards, I'm not entirely sure, but it has to go through these 2 or 3 boot loops, and then we should get an image on the screen. We have the image on the screen, and we can see it's seeing all 4 channels of memory, which is great. And we're going to power it down. That one's done and ready to go back. So this is the Ryzen 7 5700X that we've done. Again, drops in nice and comfortable. Powering it on. I can tell by the fan spin this should be a working CPU. And we have a display. And it can see all the memory as well, which is great. Just taking a picture of that. Powering down. This is the Ryzen 5 5600, 5600X. That one's not so smooth on the drop-in. We may need to look at these pins again. It's requiring just a nudge on the top there. Sometimes the slot does align them, so yep, there we go, fixed. So our slots actually aligned the pins. It's now dropping in by itself. Perfect. Okay. And we're on the boot test. And we get the accelerated fan spin, which is a good indication this is going to work once it goes through its boot loop. And we have a boot. And it sees all the memory and the details on the screen. So that's 3 repaired CPUs for today. And that one's ready to go back as well. That's our CPUs done. As always, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. And thank you very much for watching.